Hi guys, today we are going to be working on number 23, 24, and 28, learning the new notes high D, C sharp, and B. All the rhythm is easy and it's the same in every single one of these songs, so we're not going to clap and count, and we're not going to do note names because it's all just one note the whole time. That way I have time to jump right in and get to everything for every instrument. So, starting with violin. Everybody else jump ahead to your portion of the video. Violin. It's always up on the shoulder. Make sure we're on the shoulder and not the collarbone. Nice straight wrist. And you play high D, number 23, just like you played G. You had 3 fingers down on the D string. Now we're going to move them over to the A string. 3 fingers down the A string. As we do that, you need to move your elbow. Your elbow was here for the D string. We're going to push it that way, just a little bit. So your arm is now at the A string instead. D string, A string. The arm should swing as you switch from string to string. So we're on the A string, first finger on the first tape, second finger on the second tape, third finger on the third tape, and then fourth finger should hover over the fourth tape. Make sure we're up on our fingertips, nice squared off fingers. And let's go ahead and play number 23, D. 1, 2, ready, go. Then we move on number 24. You're just going to lift up the ring finger only. Just like with our pinky, we have our pinky hovering just above the string. That's what I'm going to do with my ring finger. I'm going to hover it just above the string. So both of those fingers are now just above the A string, while your first and second finger are down all the way. That's what C sharp should sound like. Right? Let's go ahead and play number 24. 1, 2, ready, go. Moving on to number 28. We're just going to lift up the middle finger now. The other fingers are all still hovering right over their tapes. We're not flying way up here. We're not doing anything weird or crazy. We're not doing this with our wrist. We want to make sure we still have the nice straight wrist. Our thumb is still at that first tape pointing up. If your thumb is pointing back like that, you're more likely to have pizza hand. If you just simply point that thumb up, it's going to bring your wrist out naturally. Okay? So we're on first finger only, nice squared off index finger. Other fingers are hovering over their tapes. Let's go ahead and play number 28. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's how you play D, C sharp, and B on the violin. Let's move on to viola. Violas. All right, number 23, we're learning high D. Let's go ahead and get our instrument all the way up onto our shoulder. Make sure we're not on the collarbone. That's really easy to do. We want to be all the way up on shoulder. I'm going to turn my necklace so I can actually get there. Okay, all the way up on shoulder. Now, how we played G on our D string, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do that same exact thing, except now we're going to do it on our A string. So we're going to take our elbow. We're going to push it out just a little bit. We're going to swing it out. Okay, watch that again. We were here. To get to our A string, we don't want to like crank our fingers back and do anything weird with the wrist. We're just going to push our elbow to the side like that. And that's going to bring our fingers over to our A string. Back to D, to A. We should have that swinging motion underneath our instrument as we change strings. Okay, so we're on the A string now. We've swung our elbow out. We're on the A string. And we have 1, 2, 3. And our fourth finger should be hovering over the fourth tape. Make sure our fingers are nicely squared off and we're keeping a nice straight wrist. If you find your wrist is falling, check in with your thumb. If your thumb is pointing back like that, your wrist is going to want to fall. If you simply pull the thumb up so it's pointing up and it's right at that first tape, it's going to be a lot harder for your wrist to fall. your wrist is going to naturally want to stay like that. Your thumb does a lot of control there. All right, let's go ahead and play D, our new note D on our A string. It should sound like this. Let's go ahead and play. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, let's move on to C sharp. The only thing we're going to do is we're going to barely lift up our ring finger so it's just above the string. Did you see that motion? Down, up, down, up. We want to be just above the string, okay? Barely above. That way we can put down faster when we need to start changing notes. Let's go ahead and play 24, C sharp. Should sound like that. 1, 2, ready, go. And now lastly, we're going to move to number 28 and play B. All we're going to do at this point is lift up one more finger. Our first finger is down, the other 3 fingers are all hovering over the string. Remember, check, make sure you have a nice straight wrist. We also don't want that. Nice straight wrist. It helps if you look in a mirror. Check every once in a while. 28. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's how you play D, C sharp, and B on violin. Moving on to cello. All right. Let's go back just a little bit, get myself all ready to go. All right, cello players. So, getting our set nice. Remember, the peg should be just behind the ear. Our scroll shouldn't be way up here. Also shouldn't be way down here. The instrument also should not be in front of us. It should be just behind the head, like that. Okay? Now, when we were playing G on our D string, we had all 4 fingers down, nice curved hand, C shape in our hand, nice straight wrist, the elbow up. All we're going to do is we're going to bring our elbow back just a little bit and move our fingers to our A string. All 4 fingers are down for number 23, D. So we went from here to here. Look at the elbow motion. This has to do with our exercises. When we do the pinky strum, this is the motion your arm needs to make. So we're back here, from here. Okay? And all 4 fingers are down. We're on our fingertips. Make sure that your thumb is behind that middle finger. Okay? The thumb should be behind the middle finger. Let's go ahead and play number 23. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's move on to number 24. All we're going to do is lift up that pinky, hover it just above the string, just like F sharp. This is how we play C sharp. It's on the A string. 1, 2, ready, go. And now let's move on to B. We're just going to lift up these 2 fingers. So we have 3 fingers hovering now. See how little that motion is? It's teeny tiny. Okay? And we have that first finger down. Make sure you're reaching that first finger up. Don't let your hand drift like that. I know it's a little more comfortable down there, but that's not going to give you the correct note. You got to reach that index finger up. Not here, but up here, all the way up onto the tape. So we have B. That's what it should sound like. Let's go ahead and play 28. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's how you play D, C sharp, and B on cello. Moving on to bass. bass players, you get to do something fun. It's called shifting. So it's important that we have our elbow up, okay? We can't be down like this. It's going to make shifting impossible. Elbow has to be up, nice C shape in your hand with your thumb in the back behind your middle finger, okay? C shape with the hand, thumb behind your middle finger, all right? We're on the G string, and what we're going to do is we have to go to third position. When your first finger is on the first tape, that is first position. It's an easy way to think about it. It's not completely on point, but this is the easiest way for beginners. First finger, first tape, first position. First finger, second tape, second position. First finger, third tape, third position. That's what the book is telling you. It's showing you a Roman numeral 3 in your music for number 23, saying third position. Then it's telling you fourth finger. So we're going to have our first finger on the third tape, third position, middle finger in between the third and fourth tape, then ring finger in between middle finger and tape, and then pinky down on the tape. This is high D. Let's go ahead and play number 23. 1, 2, ready, go. As you can hear, I'm buzzing. If you're buzzing, that's okay. Do not panic. It's okay to be buzzing. Moving on to 24, C sharp. It's second finger. So we're going to lift up these two just above tape. Small motion. Down, up, down, up. Okay, this is C sharp. Let's go ahead and play that one. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, now we have to play B. In order to get to B, we have to release the pressure of our fingers. We were squeezing down to play B and C sharp. We're going to release the pressure. So our fingers are just lightly touching the string. We're not going to be pinching anymore. We're going to slide our hand up the string and then squeeze back down when we get our hand back to first position, first finger, first tape. Okay, so the shift motion is like that. Okay, you're not opening your hand all the way and squeezing it back down. It's a slide. Okay, that's it, just a slide. So we were D, then C sharp, slide, and we're going to go first finger, first tape, second finger in between, ring finger in between that, and then fourth finger, fourth tape. This is B. Let's play B. 1, 2, ready, 28. And that's how you shift on bass and how you play D, C sharp, and B. When you're going back up, it's the same deal. You let go, you slide your hand back up. So it should eventually be a fast motion. Okay, should be snappy. The more you do it, the better your arm will learn where to stop. For right now, when it is time to shift in our next pieces, number 32, it's okay to look at your hand while you're shifting and look at your hand when you shift back. That's totally okay to make sure your hand's landing in the correct area. All right, hope that helps. Bye.